For over a century, leading global museums and private collectors have claimed to own crystal skulls that date back to the ancient civilizations of Central and South America. It's said that these skulls had the power to prophesy and to kill. It's claimed that these skulls are thousands of years old, or even were carved tens of thousands of years ago. Their makers were either pre-Columbian peoples like the Maya, or maybe they date back even further to the legendary civilization of Atlantis, and some claim that the technology to create these crystal skulls was gifted by extraterrestrials to a civilization like the Aztecs. The mythology around the crystal skulls developed mainly in the 20th century, and there are a few variations in the stories. One theory has it that there are 13 crystal skulls in total, each one being created every 1,000 years, and so they possess 13,000 years of historical memory. It's then claimed that if these 13 skulls were ever brought together, there might be some kind of cataclysm, or together they would reveal some earth-shattering secret. Before I reveal more, remember to hit the subscribe button. Belief in these crystal skulls was so widespread a century ago that the British Museum, the Smithsonian, and the Musée des Quai Branly in Paris bought and displayed these crystal skulls as ancient artifacts. Their provenance was based on the fact that they were brought out of Mexico as legitimate pre-Columbian finds by the renowned antiques dealer Eugène Bobin. Today, however, they've been spirited away into the museum basements as objects of some embarrassment. The most famous of the skulls by far is the so-called Mitchell-Hedges skull. A woman called Anna Mitchell-Hedges claimed that she found this crystal skull underneath a crumbling altar in a temple in Belize that she was excavating with her adoptive father Frederick in the 1920s. Anna was, if you want, a real-life Lara Croft, and there's no doubt that she influenced many of those movies, the Lara Croft movies, the Indiana Jones movies. This artifact came to be known as the Skull of Doom. It was even claimed that if you looked at it, and certainly if you mocked it, it could kill. And Frederick Mitchell-Hedges claimed that the skull, in his view, was 3,600 years old. The problem with this account is that neither Anna nor Frederick said anything about the skull for about 30 years, and then evidence emerged that Frederick may have bought the skull at Sotheby's in 1943 from a dealer called Sidney Burney. There's no doubt that Frederick Mitchell-Hedges was a colourful character, well known for his tales of adventure and derring-do. He boasted on different occasions to having gambled with J.P. Morgan, the famous banker. He claimed to have shared a room with Leon Trotsky and to have fought alongside the revolutionary Pancho Villa. He also said that he'd encountered terrible sea monsters and man-eating sharks. However, the Mitchell-Hedges, despite all the cynicism, Anna and Frederick stuck to their stories, and Anna, who lived to be about 100, toured with her crystal skull for many, many years. So were these crystal skulls really ancient? Well, the quartz, the material from which they're made, has been tested, and it appears that the material originates from Brazil or Madagascar, so that's far from Central America. Also, they were made with machine tools, most likely in the 19th century. The place of manufacture has even been narrowed down to a German town called Ida Oberstein, which is famous for its glass manufacturing. The most feasible explanation for the crystal skulls was a mania in the late 19th and 20th century for all things pre-Columbian. People wanted to believe that the crystal skulls were real, that they were magical, that they were a link to ancient civilizations. Fast forward to the 1960s and the whole New Age and spiritualism revival led to the crystal skulls gaining a new lease of life, as it were. There is still a great deal of belief out there that the crystal skulls were made by the Aztecs or the Maya, or even are a link to the people of Atlantis. Why don't you tell me what you think? Are the crystal skulls genuine, magical, or are they one of the greatest hoaxes of all time?